Yes, it's true. I'm now living in a castle. You're probably wondering, did I win the lottery? Uncover a secret royal lineage? Will I be rebranding as Blondie in Castle? Well, never fear, because I have the answers to all of your questions and more, but first we need to rewind a bit.
Hello, and welcome to another food adventure. How cool is this? I'm talking quiet because I haven't quite gotten the hang of vlogging in Europe. Oh, it's fine. Anyway, I have just arrived in Paris. Not the glamorous airport, I'm at Orly, or wherever that is. So I need to get myself a little train.
Okay, Paris Metro, let's do this.
We are speeding our way to the city centre. They even have this cool little window up front where you can see where the train is going. Very driverless, it's giving AI. And we are actually not going to be staying in Paris for long at all, maybe a few hours, depending on how early or late my train decides to be. So I am heading to Montparnasse station. Okay, let's get this straightened out right now. How do we say Montparnasse correctly in French? Alice, who you may remember, my friend, we made some videos together. She speaks French, by the way.
Gare Montparnasse.
Gare Montparnasse. I wonder if any French people will think I'm French. It's kind of a secret goal of mine. Anyway, after a few train transfers, I had arrived at Gare Montparnasse, where I've got 2 hours until my train.
And I thought, what better way to kill some time than to eat some French food? And I am really split between two different experiences. The first one is like a typical Parisian cafe, and another is galette or crepe. Galette or crepe? Let me ask Alice. Very interesting. Crepes are sweet, galettes are savory. So I thought we could flip a coin for it. I actually only have a Korean coin in my pocket right now. So we're gonna flip this. I'm gonna say heads is galette and tails is Parisian cafe. Let's do this. Ooh, it's heads. Let's go get galettes.
I found a place online with good reviews. It's just a 5-minute walk from Gare Montparnasse. And wow, this has got to be one of the prettiest areas surrounding a major train station I think I've ever seen.
Look at where I am. This is freaking awesome.
And the galette crepe place I found really fit the vibe. Everything is so cute here.
I am in the cutest place right now. The menu is large and it is all in French, so I'm going to do the good old what you recommend. And thanks to Alice, I now know that is...
Quel plat recommandez-vous?
Quel plat recommandez-vous?
Quel plat recommandez-vous? C'est les recommandations.
Turns out if you try to speak French, people will assume you actually do speak French, watching me try to bluff my way through this conversation, having absolutely no idea what is going on.
Monsieur Seguin, que moi j'aime beaucoup avec du chèvre, tomate, miel, noix sur salade.
Ok. Elle est... Ah,
Ça voulait pour quelque chose.
so sorry.
Do you want to drink something?
Yes, I would love to drink something. What would you recommend?
Cider.
So I got the cider. She gave me 2 choices, sweet cider or dry cider, and apparently the dry one is more traditional, so I went for that.
It's sparkling. It kind of reminds me a bit of champagne, but not alcoholic.
Oh my gosh, would you check out this gorgeous galette? I have no idea what's inside, but it looks lush. They make all the galettes and crepes out the front of the restaurant, and of course the Chinese food obsession in me kept screaming, oh my god, it looks like jianbing, it looks like jianbing.
I'm just loving all these details. This plateware is just so gorgeous. This cafe is so gorgeous. And I have absolutely no idea what is inside here. Looks like a lot of cheese. This calls for a fresh pack of lattes. I think I'm going to be going through these like candy here in France. And maybe this was also my chance to develop a taste for cheese. You may or may not remember, I'm not the biggest fan, and this looks like it's got a lot in it. First things first, pancake is looking quite brown. I think I read somewhere it's made from buckwheat flour. Inside we have tomato, we have walnuts. The cheesiness I need to get used to, but I'm really enjoying how salty this is. And I also love that the tomato adds some acidity and freshness to it, and then the walnuts give it a crunch. The crepe itself is so good. It's like a little bit crispy on the outside, but mostly it's just really nice and chewy. One thing's for sure, it goes really well with this cider. It's so refreshing because that cheese in there and everything, it is quite on the rich side and it washes down so nicely with that cider. Really have to look around and remind myself, I'm in Paris, what the F? Finish my entire crepe. I think it's the most cheese I've ever eaten in one sitting in my life. Definitely there's some more getting used to do. I started getting a bit cheesed out about halfway through and now I'm feeling like I intensely need something sweet. So I think I'm actually gonna order a second crepe. Is there anything sweet you'd recommend?
My favorite is la craquante.
Okay.
Chocolate, caramel, walnut crumble, and good.
Wow, yeah, I'll grab one of those. I think I'm gonna need to pop another one of these because check this out. Well, isn't this an embarrassment of riches? Check that out. I'm so excited for this. This one is, I'd have to say, a bit more up my alley. Oh, fuck me. If heaven exists, they serve this. Let me paint a picture. Inside the crepe, there's actually chocolate. On top, that's salted caramel, so it's salted caramelly goodness. I don't know what nut it is on top, but it's crunchy. And I think it's being mixed with some sugar as well because it's got that sweetness. If licking the plate was socially acceptable, I would be licking so hard right now.
A few hours later, it was time to board the train to my new home for the week.
Okay, I cannot keep up this pretense any longer. No, I did not buy a castle. No, I am not the new Princess of Genovia. I actually have a friend who bought a castle and she said, you know, if you want to go, you can stay there for as long as you like. So I am on a train on my way there right now.
A few hours later, I arrived in Angoulême. It's a small city in the heart of southwestern France. Roughly 30 minutes drive later, we were pulling up to the castle and my excitement levels were, well, see for yourself. Oh my actual goodness. My home for the next week. But it won't just be me. I thought maybe staying in a castle alone in the middle of the countryside might be a tad scary. So I've invited my friend Alice, who you guys already know from our Yunnan adventures together last year, to share this experience with me.
Cute.
This is so cool. This place is...
I know, it gets bigger.
Wait, what?
This is the parlor. As you can see with all the artwork, they've done it very tastefully. They have 2 living rooms.
So one each. You can hang in here, I'll hang in there. I was not expecting it to be so modern. Look at the staircase.
So do you want to go upstairs or do you want to go to the kitchen downstairs?
There is so much to explore in this castle, so many crooks and crannies, but I want to do it in the light of the day. So I chose my bedroom and head straight to bed. I'll see you tomorrow for the grand tour. Woke up this morning feeling like a kid on Christmas, so excited to just look outside and see what this place looks like in the daytime, and wow. And now I am so excited to actually get a proper look at this house. So, I mean, this is my room that I stayed in last night. It is very nice. Also something I'm noticing now that I didn't notice last night is it has this like little secret alcove in here, little mini tower in here. How cool is this? And would you check out this ensuite bathroom, which in itself is almost bigger than my entire apartment, with a view over the John that almost brought me to tears. Okay, let's resume our wander around. Here we have our upstairs kind of living space. Now let's head upstairs. Would you check out those beams? I guess those are the original beams from the castle. That's so pretty. And here we have some more living space. Let's check out this first bedroom. Wow. Oh, this is so pretty in here. I think I'm gonna sleep here tonight. How pretty is this bedroom? This is definitely giving I live in a castle vibe. Like, how beautiful is all this sandstone? Oh, this place is amazing. Oh, wait. What is that? Check this out. I am only just noticing this now, but it has this like outhouse and it looks like it also has a pool there. We have to go check that out. We can't go past this guy without mentioning him. We have a full-size terracotta warrior standing at the base of the stairs. Now it's probably a good time to mention that my friend that bought this castle, she lives in Hong Kong. So in the house, I've been told you're gonna find a lot of mix of Chinese antiques, French antiques, kind of an East meets West kind of vibe.
Also really interested to see what the outside of this castle looks like, because last night in all the excitement, I have to say, I didn't really get time to take it in. Okay, I'm taking it in. I really like that it somehow manages to look modern, old, approachable, yet classic at the same time. And as we continue to walk around, a new face of the castle reveals itself. And now those little alcoves are starting to make a lot more sense. I guess those are kind of like the turret towers, but still my question stands, back in the day, what would those turret towers actually have been used for? Now this is lush. I guess these used to be stables back in the day, but it seems it's now been outfitted with a pool, got this beautiful outdoor dining area over there. My friend that owns this place, she told me come anytime, so I took that as a sign to come literally ASAP. I should definitely have waited until summer because that looks so beautiful. And check out this castle from a distance. Wow.
We are back inside. Let's go check out this room here. Oh, Alice, hi. What are you up to?
I'm reading the French dictionary.
Learned anything interesting?
People like to have moustaches back in the day. Lots of pictures of men in moustaches.
That's cool.
I'm in the boudoir, which is basically a private sitting room for women back in the day when they wanted to escape their husbands. From the French word boudet, which means to sulk. So I don't know what the connection is, but it was a private room for women to just hang out.
And sulk.
And sulk maybe about their husbands. I found something really cool of this castle. That's where we're staying.
Oh my gosh, is this like an original photo?
It must be from the 19th century at least.
Big, beautiful house, but not a whole lot of food inside. So we are gonna go exploring. There's actually a car here that we can use. How do you feel about driving?
I feel like a girl boss.
Okay, then it's all yours. It's all yours. Yeah, I can operate a camera, but when it comes to automobiles, I am not your girl.
Even though your husband
Turns out having a wife who knows anything about cars is not a prerequisite for working at Audi.
I feel like a mafia boss lady with this coat.
It's giving mafia lady. You look like you belong in this castle.
Thanks so much.
We wound around corners, passing gorgeous villages and vineyards as we went, and about 30 minutes later, we arrived at Carrefour. Talk about a traditional French experience.
What can we put together kind of quickly that's also cute and French and chic?
Yeah. I was thinking either croque monsieur, which is kind of a cheese toasty, or some kind of tartine, which is an open-faced bread.
Alice was actually a contestant on MasterChef Australia. Super, super, super impressive. Australian MasterChef is the best in the world. So she is an incredible chef, very good at coming up with ideas. She did some cooking for us in Yunnan. She made this amazing wild mushroom risotto. And talking of wild mushroom risotto, where is she? Where else but the mushroom section?
Mushrooms, leek would be really good, very French. What about leek and mushroom?
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how we're going to turn this very small collection of ingredients into a French lunch, but I have all my faith in Alice. And this here is the kitchen, by the way. You can find it on the very bottom floor. It's like a bit of a secret entrance down the stairs there. And it's got this lovely kitchen here, a kitchen table, also got a little bit of a bar situation, a chill area over here, a nice comfy couch, and check this out, a gorgeous dining room. So Alice, what is the plan for lunch?
So we're gonna make a fancy French open-faced sandwich, tartine. So I'm gonna saute the leek.
That is so delicious.
So the trick to any kind of shallot or leek or onion is when you put it in the pan, add a little bit of water, maybe a tablespoon or two, and it forces it to release its juices and actually make it more sweet. Once it's sauteed down a little bit, I add just like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of sugar to bring out again the natural sweetness.
Yeah, I'm actually blown away by that flavor.
Oh yeah?
And it's beautiful. It's so tasty. It tastes very fancy, but
Yeah.
delicious. But I've just been watching you make it. It's very simple. And to get this bread as toasty and delicious as possible, we fried it in the leftover juices from the leek before topping the crispy bread with that delicious leek, the sauteed mushrooms, and this salad with the most incredible dressing that you all have to try. This is how Alice made it. It's basically just olive oil, balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard, then the secret ingredient is caper juice, as well as some capers themselves to add that extra salty tang, and then just season it with salt and pepper, and voila, my new go-to salad dressing.
Simple ingredients, but you've put them all together in such a way that they really work everything all together. I mean, the crunchiness of that bread, and it's like a little olive oily, so that's really delicious. And then you've got the acidity from that salad. That dressing is absolutely divine. I particularly like how you've used the capers and the caper oil. It's giving it that amazing saltiness and that tang as well. And then those mushrooms, I could just eat a bowl of those mushrooms on their own.
Really?
And you may have noticed by the end there were a few less mushrooms than when you started. That's because I've just been eating them.
Really?
Alice, you
Oh,
rock.
thanks, Amy. Always good to cook for someone who loves food.
As for this afternoon's activity, chilling. But it's not as simple as it sounds. With so many living rooms and places to sit and chill, the chilling capabilities are endless. So little time, so much to chill, and I'm determined to experience it all. So I decided to read for 10 minutes in each chair in each room of this chateau, and I determined that the comfiest spot in the castle to unwind is actually upstairs sitting next to this toy pig, weirdly enough. Next segment in the fanciest day of my life, I don't know about you, but we actually have a private chef who's going to be cooking us dinner.
So for tonight you have some scallops and leeks. After that you have some veal, smoked veal with parsnip. And for the dessert you have the all about chocolate.
I also noticed over here behind the kitchen they have a little bar area and they have a bottle of cognac, and we're actually not too far away from cognac, and I've been sent a recipe for peach lemonade cocktails. The recipe calls for lemonade. We actually don't have lemonade, but we have an Alice. So what are we doing?
Making our own lemonade, guys.
So how did you make it?
Lemon juice, San Pellegrino or any soda water, and then sugar.
Oh, that tastes so good.
Yeah?
That tastes so good. It tastes like lemonade, but like more healthy.
I put less sugar than you normally put in lemonade.
That is so refreshing.
We've got our cognac, crème de pêche. What is crème de pêche?
Crème de pêche is peach cream,
Oh, it looks not that creamy though.
but it's a peach liqueur. Oh my god, it smells good.
Whoa.
And cognac, how do you make cognac? Is that
It's from grapes.
from grapes?
So
okay.
not too dissimilar from wine, but it's twice distilled and then aged in oak barrels.
Tastes oaky.
Yeah, then
Oh, and a little
caramelly.
bit caramelly
yeah,
at the
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That's why I like cognac.
So what we need to do is 1.5 parts cognac with 1 part crème de pêche
and 4 parts lemonade.
And be a bartender. Oh my god. That didn't happen.
Cheers
Cheers.
to Castle Life.
Santé.
Oh, is that what they say in France? Santé.
Oh, it's really good.
It's more peachy than anything else,
It's like a peach jelly.
but a slight aftertaste of like that caramelly smoothness at the end when that cognac kind of comes through a little bit. Nice. Guess who's from Cognac? Our chef Lena. What's it like living in the capital of Cognac?
So we drink so much cognac.
So it's not just a cliche, like
No,
people
no,
do
no.
drink cognac in Cognac.
Yeah.
And speaking of cliches,
Is it just a cliche or is there actually a lot of butter in French cooking?
We use a lot of butter.
basically she's using all that butter to baste the scallops for our entree dish.
Walk me through what is happening on this plate from your knowledge of French cuisine and your general knowledge as a chef.
So we've got the beautifully cooked cookies en jac, the scallops, and then you've got this crunchy tuile that she said she made from hazelnuts and pine nuts, and this leek that's done 2 ways. So she's done it burnt and caramelized,
It's for made another taste.
and then the bottom one is when she's blanched it in salt water. So you get 2 different textures and flavors of the humble leek.
I so underrate leek. It's really not a vegetable I lean for at the grocery store.
This will change your mind.
Let's do this. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Wow, that's delicious.
I know.
I really love all the textures. That scallop is amazing. It's so tender and delicate. The leek is great.
I love the leek.
The caramelization added this wonderful smokiness to that leek, and the blanched leek also brought such a delicate freshness.
One of the things I love about French cuisine is about bringing the natural flavors of a particular ingredient, something as humble as a potato and leek, and really making it sing. So they're so good at using sauces and using different techniques to really bring out as much of an ingredient as possible.
I feel like what you just said is really very applicable to Cantonese food as well. The main motto of Cantonese food is letting the original flavor sing, not masking with any heavy sauces, or focusing on seasonality. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of similarities actually between Chinese food and French food, weirdly enough. How do French people usually like to enjoy their table bread?
Lots of butter. French bread is some of the best in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My German husband would probably
Oh
disagree with that.
no. He's wrong. Categorically wrong.
Okay,
French
well, have you
the
tried
best.
German bread?
Yeah.
I've just spent the last 10 days in Germany and I have eaten a lot of bread and it's very good.
Yeah, but it's not the same as French.
Okay, so make your statement. Why do you think French bread is better than German bread?
Firstly, if you just take the humble sourdough, crunchy on the outside, flavorful, but somewhat chewy on the inside.
Yeah, it is quite chewy.
Is this a
sourdough?
Yeah, this is sourdough.
You can see that.
And you tell me after your trip
Well,
who makes the best bread.
this might be cool. If I come back to Dirk and I say, hey, guess what, babe? French bread's better than German bread. He may have grounds for divorce.
Okay, let's move on to our main dish, which highlights another humble ingredient, parsnip. We've got bits of baked parsnip, also a parsnip puree, which looks a lot like mashed potato.
So just think about a textured potato, but with more of an almost nutty vegetal flavor.
Is that also parsnip?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a parsnip medley here.
Parsnip with a side of smoked veal. Smoked, in fact, with the wood of the oak barrels used to hold cognac. Another nice cognac connection there. And the sauce going on is a vinaigrette reduction.
I find it really interesting because both leek and parsnip, 2 vegetables I really never use. I don't ever search them out at the grocery store, but they've both been highlighted in such a beautiful way.
I think this is another testament to the fact that French people are very good at using humble ingredients like potatoes, leeks, parsnips, and just elevating them.
I'm really curious just to try some of this parsnip mash. It's so soft and velvety.
Yeah. So she's put a lot of butter in it and emulsified it really well. So when you emulsify a dish with oil, whether it's butter or oil, you make it very silky. Oh wow, it's amazing.
I could just eat a bowl of that.
But that's the thing about love about parsnip is that it has an elevated, complex flavor that I think is more complex than potato.
It does. It has
Yeah.
something, a little something happening at the back of my throat.
Earthy kind of herbaceous overtone, which I really love about parsnip.
This piece of veal in front of me. I cannot wait to cut into this. Wow.
Perfectly smoked, pink, tender.
And we did our best to prepare a bite, combining all the ingredients on our plate.
Gosh, it's so good.
The smokiness.
It's earthy, it's smoky, it's so complex and yet simple at the same time. Does it make you want to buy parsnip next time?
It makes me want to
Yeah.
buy a chateau. I very much like this life. Actually, no, I will put the details down below because this chateau is for hire. They do weekly rentals here. I'll put their website down below. It's amazing. I would really, you know what, I think it would be nice for a wedding here or some kind of like
I'm
event.
already visualizing my future
Oh.
wedding. No, but seriously, I As soon as I came here, I thought this would make an amazing wedding location.
Okay, last but not least, dessert, and this one is named All About Chocolate, which is a very appropriate name. It is a celebration of dark chocolate in crumble, mousse, and chocolate wafer form.
Oh. That mousse, it's so dark chocolatey.
But it's light as well. And this is the mark of a dessert that I like. She's put a bit more saltiness in the crumble. So you get a little bit of saltiness, which I love, balancing with the sweetness. What a dish.
What a meal. I just have to thank all of the choices I ever made in my life to bring me to this moment. This has been one of the most memorable days of my life.
Guys, if anyone asks you to go to a castle with them,
say yes. On that note, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Cheers.